Orbi's suspension. Chief Dan Orbi's lawyer threatens contempt proceedings against PDP National Working Committee and other Edo officials. I'm telling you, some Edo youths and backed by the who is who in Edo PDP initiated the suspension of Chief Dan Orbi during their 588 national meeting at Abuja. Okay, and then the National Working Committee suspended Chief Dan Orbi on a series of anti-party activities, both at national and state level. They allege that he is involved in anti-party activities, and as a vice chairman of PDP South region, he is not supposed to be involved in some things. But again, I was just laughing when I heard of that suspension, that who can do anti-party activities more than Ogbede Hama and Philip Shaibu, okay, who actually collapsed their campaign structures and campaign facilities and merged with APC even when they're still in PDP. At the same time, who can do anti-party activities more than Wiki, who is already controlling PDP at national, controlling PDP and APC in a River State. So it was a misplaced priority to the best of my knowledge. But now I know that Dan Orbi queried all of them and said it is needless, and that the people that are calling for his suspension are faceless, unknown to them, unknown to PDP constitution, and unknown to everybody. So after the suspension, the PDP chieftain had his lawyer. So his lawyer has not threatened to, institute contempt proceedings against the PDP National Working Committee and the Edo PDP officials. So let's dive into the details to see. The head of the chamber of Dr. O.J. Onoja, son, George Ibrahim Esquire, counsel to the national vice chairman, South of the People Democratic Party, Chief Dan Orbi, has written the acting national chairman of the party, Ambassador Iliya Damagun, seeking the immediate reversal of the Orbi suspension by the party. So the council also threatened to initiate contempt proceedings against the PDP National Working Committee and the party's officials in Edo State if they failed to reverse the suspension. So according to the lawyers, Orbi had on May 10, 2024, secured the restraining order of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja in suit number FAH Abuja CS 601 2024, Chief Dan Usi Orbi versus Paulinus Ebode and two others, where the trial judge granted an injunction restraining the PDP from suspending him from office. Okay, that was on May 10th. So the National Working Committee of the party, after its 588 meeting in Abuja on Wednesday, announced Orbi's suspension over alleged anti-party activities. So the party also announced the setting up of a 6-man committee to investigate allegations against the national vice chairman. So, but Orbi's lawyer, in a letter dated July 11th, addressed to Damagun and copied to the Deputy National Chairman, South, Ambassador Taufik Arakpaja, and the National Publicity Secretary to the party, Debo Ologunagba, demanded the immediate and unconditional retraction of the press statement announcing his suspension and all other actions taken in that respect. Okay, so the council noted that Orbi had approached the court in May when he got wind that some forces within the party were moving to engineer the executive committee of Ward 4, Esako Central Local Government Area, Orbi's home ward, led by one Paulinus Ebode, to suspend him. Okay, so he said that the said suspension was aimed at paving the way for Orbi's removal from office, adding that the PDP National Working Committee must rescind the suspension order or risk being charged with contempt of court. That is it. So he stated that Orbi had, through his lawyers, approached the Federal High Court Abuja Division, which granted him an order of interim injunction restraining Ebode, the PDP, and their privies from removing him from office, adding that the court renewed the restraining order on May 28, 2024, when the case came up. So he threatened to institute contempt proceedings against the PDP and the Executive Committee of Ward 4, Esako Central Local Government, in the event that they failed to abide by the court order and rescind his suspension. So the council is equally seeking the dissolution of the 6-member committee set up to investigate Orbi. This one's serious. So, surprisingly, on the 10th day of July 2024, during the subsistence of the extant order of court, the National Working Committee of your party, the PDP, resorted to self-help by suspending our client in contravention of the order of court, the letter read. So the lawyer further wrote, note that we have our client's further instruction that in the event you elect to ignore and or refuse to accede to our client's demand contained herein, we would employ and enforce any legal option at our disposal, including but not limited to commencing contempt proceedings against your good self and other members of the National Working Committee of the party and the 6-man disciplinary committee for contempt of court, the letter indicated. So Danobi is now working on it to say, look, you people don't have right to suspend me. One, when we got the hint of this suspension plan in May, we went to a court and secured a court injunction from the Federal High Court Abuja, restraining the PDP and all its working committee from suspending Chief Danobi. But unfortunately, on July 10th, they ignored all of that subsisting court orders and still went ahead to suspend Chief Danobi. I'm sure all of those things have been engineered from somewhere in Edo State under the Governor Obaseki, because the fracas is between Danobi and Obaseki himself. Because what we see now, according to what some of them have said, is that all the people that are working, according to Washington Osifo, all the people working with Obaseki now are the people that migrated with him from APC. All the people that were in PDP that received Obaseki into PDP, he has jettisoned all of them, and they have also, backed out from him. So, and that is where the problem is. Okay, and Chief Danobi had earlier said that they cannot support Asue Wadalo if the high-handedness of Obaseki is not stopped, because he has abandoned the people that received him and that accepted him into the party in Edo State. So, with all of this going on now, Chief Danobi's lawyer has now sent a letter to the National Working Committee and to Chief Damagun himself, the acting national chairman of PDP, to withdraw the suspension. Also dissolve the 6-man committee that is set up to investigate the allegations with effective immediately, or risk facing contempt proceeding. Okay, from there. These people now, wow, I'm telling you, Danobi suspension is actually like, we don't know where all of that is coming from. Okay, and in the comment section, somebody is saying that this man deserves what he got. If I may ask, what is his contribution so far to the development of Edo State? I don't know. Maybe you know. Please let me know. Since the time I started hearing his name, it has always been where there is trouble, not peace. Okay? As one other person, who is him? No individual is bigger than the party. Your suspension remains, and Nigerians youth are in support of such decision for others to learn their lessons. Where is Wiki? That is the question. Is there any need for that? You know in your heart of heart that you are not going to support your party candidate. Why not take the opportunity and work for your preferred candidate and prove you are indispensable? Okay, that is somebody's advice to Danobi. The thing here is that Danobi will definitely not work for Asue Wadalo or PDP. Or probably he wants to remain in PDP and do whatever he wants to do, like Wike. And again, I ask, the PDP National Working Committee, they are just like misplacing priority, because I have not seen any other person that will be involved in anti-party activities more than Wike, more than Philip Shaibu in Edo State. So they have not seen those ones to suspend. They are suspending Dan Obi. I know Dan Obi might not be bigger than the party, I agree, but and even the issue between Wike and Fubara in Rivers State, the PDP National Committee has not been able to do anything, and that is why Fubara is also fuming that the PDP has not been able to help him. But they're leaving all of that bigger issue. You leave a bigger log of wood on top to put the small one under it. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment over this Chief Dan Obi's case.